Got Father Zakk here. Father Zakk Wylde joining me.
What's
Hello.
going on there? What's happening? You got the
My boo,
dogs going on over there. It's
my
dog
buddy.
world. Yes.
Well, look, I'm going to tell you. So I know that there's a new black label dropping for me, right? Of course, they gave me my favorite thing always, the stream only link, just so I wouldn't play it before it was supposed to be played. So I get the set you free stream only link. And then I see in my inbox, there's a video to go along with it.
Yes.
So here's what I love about it. It means two different things to me. When I first saw it and I saw the video, that was my first, listen to it. I flipped. I was like, oh my God, this video is genius. I love the tune, blah, blah, blah. Then we're able to play it. I put it on the air and the song kind of had like a whole different meaning for me, not seeing the video. I can't explain it. So let's first of all talk about the video. Who came up with the concept? Where did you get those friggin' wigs? And how did you get all the hair into that little tiny wig?
Actually, that's not a wig. That's our actual hair. And the video, I told Father Justin, who does our videos, he's a Stanley Kubrick of Black Label Direction. I told him, I said, Father Justin, I want to make a video that recreates my high school prom in 1985 at Jackson Memorial High School. And basically down to the bath salts and the guy getting his arms ripped off and getting beaten profusely with his own arms. It down to the T. That's how it went down. And that's what the band looked like. And that was my high school prom.
And I love your face in the whole video. And you know what? Those people, now it's so retro and so amazingly done that I had to watch it a couple of times because I was like, how sometimes videos put footage of like people from days gone by, but these people were actual people that are around today, right?
That was actually clips from my high school from 1985. We just made it black and white. That's all we did.
It's just a dynamite video, and it's a great song. And Doom Crew Inc. is coming out on November 26th, which ironically is Black Friday.
Yes, who would have guessed that one?
I love it. And you know what I love too? This is your love letter. This is your love letter to the Doom Crew, the crew that's the first to bleed and last to leave. And I love that you've done this. So how do you take, I think last we spoke, you said, I got 30 some odd songs. So how do you take 30 and pare them down into Doom Crew Inc.?
I go, this is a lot of lyrics I got to write. That's the only thing that gets scary in the beginning. No, just, it just, usually, I mean, the way it always goes, it's always the music first and then a melody. And then I got to find out something I want to sing it about, so then I'll write the lyrics, but that's usually always the way it goes. And then when it's all done, then the solos go on it. The solos are pretty much the painting's all done and the solo is the frame that goes on the thing. So you can sit back and look at the whole thing, but that's the way we pretty much always do it. But because we did the box set and then we did videos for that, and then after that it was Barb was just like, yeah, maybe you guys can do a record or whatever. I said, all right, no problem. So I said, how long till the guys come out? It's like, oh, you got a month till the fellows come out. So I was just like, all right, let me get started. So just have a cup of coffee and just start writing riffs. And, you always get inspired by, for me, it's always Mount Riffmore, which is Cream, Mountain, Zeppelin, Sabbath, Deep Purple, so like, that's where if you're not getting inspired by the riffs that those guys have created, it's just like, and the next, so I'll just go fishing and just start writing and till you get something you like. So, and then, but we ended up tracking about 30 songs and then, whittled it down to the 12 that we have. I mean, it's funny because, I mean, the farewell ballad thing has been sitting around on YouTube for about, I don't know, so when I did the guitar techniques probably about 11 years ago or something like that. So, just that instrumental strip of music. And so I was just like, you know what, let me just get around to finishing this thing. Cause it's, we had that bit of music of the chord progression that I wrote. And then, so then I just finished it. I just wrote, a melody, wrote a song with the rest, with that intro. So we finished that thing, and then I guess Love Rain Down, the piano ballad, that was sitting around. I wrote that about my mother when she passed away. I guess that was during No More Tears, actually. So when I was writing the piano stuff in that song, I remember noodling on the piano at A&M, and I wrote that song. So it was good to actually finally put that on an album. But I mean, yeah. So I mean, but the rest of it is all brand new, just sitting. Like Set You Free was pretty much right at the end, right when we were tracking everything else. So that was definitely popped in there late at the end of the whole thing. But the album's probably almost about a year old now.
Wow.
Because, since we, recorded it and finished it and mastered it and everything like that, but it's just been sitting in the can until right now.
And I get the feeling from the first tune that you and Dario, you're kind of like going to be like kind of like a married guitar couple on this record.
Well, yeah, I mean Dario's great. Aside of being an amazing guitar player, he plays keys, he sings, he does dishes, he does laundry, he makes an amazing chicken piccata. He prefers the capers over using salt. But no, so he's awesome. So I mean, the whole thing is, it's just a evolution of getting Dario. He's just been getting more and more and more involved since he joined the band. So I'm saying, because he's always done all the guitar work when I'm playing the piano. So it's just a matter of, live during like Fire It Up, we go out in the crowd when we're taking drink orders and we do dueling banjos and everything like that. So, on the album, it's just like on Set You Free, it's kind of a response to that. Where I'll solo, then Dario solos, I'll solo, then we end up together, So it's just an extension of that. And that's pretty much how we did the album.
We got a Wellmont show coming up too on November 10th. So what is it going to be like to get?
Well, we have Black Label Boot Camp starts on the 27th, and
phenomenal.
Then we have Paula Abdul is coming out. She's going to work with us again. And so, there's a whole bunch of dance moves, new stage set, and just a lot of excitement and a lot of calorie burning.
I love it.
Family fun.
Family fun. So, and coming back to Jersey, I mean, there's a vibe when there's a Black Label show in Jersey. Where everybody just feels like the Zakk Attack is coming home. It feels so good. So how
gotta go down to Jenkinson's and gotta go hit the boardwalk. You know what I'm saying? So, without a doubt.
Yeah. So also let's talk about, it was mind blowing to me. And I always read about anniversaries and stuff. It's 30 years of No More Tears. I think it's actually almost to the day that we're talking about this. I think it's tomorrow is actually the
pretty insane.
Wow.
Totally.
30 years. I'm just, I'm scratching my much needed long overdue COVID hair.
Oh, totally. Since that album, then my daughter got married. So she's 29 now. So,
Holy moly.
Yeah. So time's flying by.
I remember being at WDHA and opening
Barbara
the CD.
Ann is still sedated, still has no idea she's married to me. And still has no idea where she's at. But she's constantly smiling, so that's all that matters.
So when you look back and you're like 30 years, of so much rock and roll road traveled and really doing things. I mean, you've been one of those artists that's been able to do the stuff that you want to do, and put together all of your different projects and all your different passions. What is it? Do you remember the guy that played on No More Tears? Does he seem like the same guy or a different guy or?
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt, I still have my love for the same music that I did back then. You know what I mean? But it is great listening to, like, whenever, when I hear it on the radio or whatever. I heard, like, I think Hellraiser was on the radio the other day, because they're doing the thing with Lemmy and everything like that.
Yep.
So with Oz and Lemmy, but it was just, the production on the album came out great. I mean, I'm just saying the job that Dwayne and John did, and then Michael Wagner mixed it. So it because I'm listening to it, and I'm just like, man, it really came out really good.
I think Dwayne Barron and John Purdell were the two producers on the record, and they produced some phenomenal records. But that record, I think, for Ozzy and you were such a part of the sound of that record, was definitely a career turn for him and took him into a whole new decade with a whole new decade of fans and a whole new vibe, for Oz. And they did such a, and they're more, in the genre of sort of producing some of those slicker bands, but what they did with that record, I thought was brilliant. So I'm glad that you brought those guys up.
Yeah, without a doubt, Dwayne and John. Well, they're good buddies. I mean, John's no longer with us, so I mean,
Yeah.
but Father Dwayne, you know, hey, they're all great friends. So and then Michael Wagner, of course, as well. So he's a legendary guy, and he's a buddy as well. So,
So
but yeah, but it's great. Hearing it, it's just like wow, they really, and it just I have nothing but great memories. Actually, on all the records, but I mean, definitely on that one. And then the tour that followed it, with Mikey Inez and Randy Castillo and Oz and and the whole Oz
just monster
camp and the whole family there. So I mean, it was great. Just tons of laughs always.
So what's it been like to get back out on the road? You were home for a while. We chatted when you were home. You were taking on some new tasks.
I told Barb, I said, if you've never slept with a professional dog walker, now's your chance. Because I'd be walking the dogs every day, just doing things that I usually can't do when we're touring, when we're on the road. And I love touring and I love playing every night. I'm blessed. So, but when I'm home, I cherish that time when I'm home. So, taking Savage Page to G Kondo, all his karate classes and picking him up from school and everything like that. So, I definitely cherish that stuff. And then, having coffee with Barb in the morning and stuff like that. So, when I can gaze into her eyes and look at her and she looks right back at me and I just look at her and she looks at me again and I go, "You're the lucky winner." So, I enjoy that, it's a good time.
Oh,
and then she just rolls back over and goes to sleep or just walks out of the room. But no, it's a good time. But I mean, to actually get to do the shows again, we did Sturgis, then we did another show with the Montana chapter, and then we did another show with the Blue Ridge Rock Festival out with the Virginia chapter over there. And then
how was that? Because I was reading some stuff from people about that. People couldn't find the stage and couldn't find the parking lot, and it was like a little bit of a Spinal Tap moment there for some people that were heading into the festival. Because
the parking. I mean, actually trying to get into the place.
Yeah.
We drove and it was just like I was just looking at the clock and going, "Are we even going to be able to get in time to do the show?" Right. I mean, I'm just saying. It's just one of those things. I mean, I'm saying with the parking, because I think there was only one way in. It wasn't like a whole bunch of different roads that you get into the festival. So I think
that's always great.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a whole bunch of people were complaining about that. But the people that were in there that during the gig, it was packed. So I mean, it was just everybody seemed to be having a good time. Everyone that was in there, you know what I mean? Because when we were getting ready to leave as well, it was still jam packed and everybody was having a good time. So
yeah, I was watching you guys, the first couple gigs that you guys did back out on social media. That's the one beauty about social media. You can always catch up with what everybody's been doing. And it just looked like you were just so happy to be back out there. I mean, the energy level is always sky high, but I mean, maybe it was just me too going, man, wow, I haven't been to like a metal, like a harder show. I think you guys at Wellmont is probably going to be the first one that I'm really planning on being at. So I'm really looking forward.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Really looking forward to that. And so looking forward to new music from you. Never disappoints. Doom Crew Inc. is coming on November 26th. And it is always wonderful to catch up with my Jersey brother, who I love more than anybody. Oh, I just love seeing. I love seeing the beard.
Right back at you, Tech.
I love seeing the beard. I had somebody on yesterday. Who did I have on? Your beard came up. Oh, I had Claudio from Coheed and Cambria.
Oh, very cool.
I always give him best hair, and you and Billy Gibbons are getting right up there, tied for greatest beard.
Oh, he'll always be the king. So
he's but two beards that I grab whenever I see you guys. I just got to go in for the beard grab because I'm hoping that there's no pun intended, osmosis that comes off the beard into my fingers and gives me some sort of musical talent. Anything, I'll take anything. Cowbell, triangle, backup singer, anything. So thank you for letting me grab the beard too.
But we'll just make sure you don't grow a beard, though.
No, I try not to, but who knows these days. I love you. Smooches, my man.
You got right back at you, Tom.
DHA's Reconnect with Rockers is powered by Karis Lock Company, your full-service locksmith, and Dover Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram on Route 46 in Rockaway. Online at doverdodge.com.